Today I've made for you, wait, that's not right, lemon cupcakes. So this weekend is my dad's birthday and we are going to make one of his favorite sweet treats. He's not really into sweets very much, so I'm gonna make what I know he likes, which is a lemon cupcake. And he likes icing occasionally, but he doesn't like icing on top of his cupcake, or at least every cupcake he eats. So I'm going to make some lemon glaze. I'm gonna put glaze on top of half of the cupcakes, that way he can decide whether or not he wants glaze one day or just a regular cupcake another day. And it's also only him, so I'm putting them in cupcake form, which isn't my preferred cake form, but he likes to freeze them because it takes him a while to eat his cupcakes. So he'll put them in the refrigerator or the freezer or whatever will help them not go bad before he has time to eat them. Okay, so I've got my lemon zested and I've got my lemon juiced. I got like 2 tablespoons of lemon zest and about a half of a cup of lemon juice from 3 lemons. Not the best juicer or zester, so I probably could have gotten more, but oh well. This bowl has 3 cups of cake flour in it. Next I'm gonna be putting a teaspoon and a half of baking powder. I'm also going to be adding a half of a teaspoon of baking soda. And the one last thing I forgot, I put over here, is a teaspoon of salt. Boop. Now you want to roughly mix this, get it all nice and incorporated. We're also going to get another, this is like the only other bowl I had that was big enough. But we're gonna get a cup of sour cream in here. Next on the list is the milk. And we're going to add a half of a cup of milk. My mom would kill me if she knew I was using a dry measuring cup to measure a wet ingredient, but here we are. Sorry, Mom. I'm also going to add most of the zest that I got. I want to save a little bit for my glaze, but most of it needs to go right here. Now in our last and final bowl, the biggest bowl, I am going to cream 2, you heard me, 2 sticks of butter. We're gonna cream the butter with, get out of here, get out, with 2, cups of granulated sugar when this gets creamed. This is gonna get kind of loud. Also, you should definitely make sure that you leave your butter out like the night before. That way it's nice and soft and it will whip up really great. Here's a cup of sugar, or a half a cup of sugar. One cup of sugar. I'm just gonna go ahead and mix this just so. Okay. 1 cup. I keep saying 1 cup, 1/2 cup. And 1 cup. Alrighty, that's done. And we're going to before I go, we're gonna mix this as much as I can, and then I'm gonna start adding my eggs one at a time, and I've got 3 to add. If I had lemon extract, I would probably add a fourth to a half of a teaspoon here, but I don't. So what I'm going to do is add about, let's flip it around to the non-metric side. I'm gonna add about 1.5 tablespoons of lemon juice to this, as we will be putting lemon juice in our glaze later. Okay, next is very crucial. Actually, I don't know if it's crucial or not, but you wanna add your wet and your dry ingredients into your butter mixture, alternating, ending with the flour or the dry mixture. I think this is an old Southern wives' tale, because my mom would always tell me if you don't end with dry, your cake is gonna fall in the oven. So we're gonna start with dry and we're gonna end with dry. I'm most certain. Oh my gosh. Let's just go ahead and add the rest of this before I destroy my kitchen totally. So I'm adding, not much, like 1/4 teaspoon. Boop. So I don't want to saturate the flavor with vanilla. Okay. Got one other thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add a little bit more lemon juice, because I feel like it could use a little bit more liquid. And I'm also going to be adding vanilla pudding, hopefully. Yes, pudding. It's just instant pudding. That accompanied with the sour cream should make it a very moist cake. And I have bad luck making cupcakes. They always seem to be a little on the dry side. Right, so let's finish mixing this up super carefully and preheat your oven. Your oven should be already preheating. Mine is not, because I got distracted. Preheat your oven to 350. Gonna cook them. It should take them about 22 minutes, depending on how full you fill your cupcake liners. Of course, they're doing lawn care on the day they usually don't do lawn care. So I don't know about you guys, but my kitchen is full of hand-me-downs. Case in point, these two babies right here, from my grandma, my mama, and my mom, who is also called my mom. So I'm gonna line these, and I'm also going to spray them with some cooking spray. I'm gonna pop these in the oven for an undisclosed amount of time, probably 22 to 25 minutes. Well, all right, let's make some glaze now that oh, you can see them. How cool, I didn't even plan that. So it's time to make the glaze, right? So I'm going to make a lemon glaze with lemon zest, lemon juice, and of course, confectioner's sugar, powdered sugar, whatever you call it. I'm gonna get 1 cup of sugar to begin with. These measurements don't have to be exact since you're not baking anything. It's as close as you can get it. So this is 1 cup, probably a little over a cup. So I'm not gonna glaze all of the cupcakes, so it doesn't make sense. I'm gonna get a fork to mix this together. Go ahead and add all of those delicious little zest pieces from earlier that I saved. And we're gonna add the lemon juice a little bit at a time because I don't want my glaze to be too watery, you know? My goal is to get a glaze that's thick enough to soak a little bit into the cake, but kind of solidify a little bit on top. So I ended up doing 1.5 cups of confectioner's sugar, 1/3 cup of lemon juice, and like tablespoon. Actually, I guess I should probably taste this first before I tell you the ingredients. Those consistencies aren't right. Okay. Plan 2. Put a teeny tiny bit of milk in it to try to calm down the sweetness and the tanginess. Let's try this again. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm gonna try to put it on 6 cupcakes and see how it tastes. Because I know glaze is supposed to kind of be a little bit on the stronger side, but that may be a little too much. So we gonna see. Okay, so let's see how the glaze does. I'm only doing this for the sake of science. Right? Alright, they look so delicious. Ready? They're not as lemony as the batter was, but that makes sense. Lemon is a flavor that kind of cooks out a little bit in the oven. With that being said, I think I do need to put glaze on them. Here's an unglazed piece. Yeah, I think I do need to glaze them all. That's interesting because I didn't think I would. I forgot to film an outro, but thank you so much for watching. Here is a list of ingredients and directions that I used since my brain was so scattered during filming, so you can screenshot and use it if you want, and I'll see you next time.